Aquarius, this is your girl Venus Archangel here with another love reading for y'all. I'm going to be doing a totally different spread because this is the end of the year, right? December. Wow, how did we get here so fast? But I'm going to be looking at, the whole year for y'all, what you guys went through, what your lessons were, how those lessons are going to be able to be used in your current situation this month of December. And then we're going to see how that spills over into the new year. Hang on tight and we'll get right into it. Aquarius, this is your girl Venus Archangel. Thank you so much for tuning in. I just want to let y'all know before we go ahead and jump into this is that I got a 40% off end of the year sale. So everything is 40% off all my readings except for the 3-card spread, since that's already $10. But everything on the website is 40% off, and get your end of the readings, end of the year readings, how it's going to help you in the next year. Okay, that's going to be very essential. My website is in the description box below, so go ahead and click that. Also, just want to let y'all know I'm a part of Instago now, so I'm only a text away, a phone call away, and a download away. You just got to download the Instago app. Okay, my username is Venus Archangel. My URL is in the description box below as well, so it's easier to find me. All right, y'all. Also, I don't know if y'all know, but I think you do know because y'all are Aquarians, okay? Aquarians know a lot more things than a lot of people, meaning everything. But anyway, guess what's going on? Guess what's going on Saturday at 2 p.m.? I'm hanging out with Aquarian Insight. I'd love for y'all to join us. We're going to be just talking about all kinds of crazy stuff. She's mentored me, and I'm excited to have her on and just hang out. All right, y'all. So please be there and hang out with us. It'll be awesome to see y'all. Now, let's go ahead and get up into this, okay? Underlying energy for the whole year is the Hierophant. Conformity. I don't like this card for you guys, Aquarius. If it was Taurus, if it was Virgo, if it was even Cancer, I wouldn't be too upset about this. Y'all, this is conformity. Actually, I take it back. I'm not too upset about this because you guys here, it talks about a relationship, a commitment. There's a commitment here, but somebody holding back, holding in. Kind of not stepping outside of their comfort zone. Okay, but this is kind of closing off. You're closing yourself off to to prosperous things, to things that can really bring in way more than what you have here. I don't know if this is you guys, but considering this is your year, this is what you guys went through, this could be a lot of stepping out of your comfort zone, recognizing your stability, the stability that you have, and how much work you're willing to put into rebuilding that, or willing to go outside of your comfort zone to gain a little bit more than what you can possibly have, okay? And I think it required you guys to be, I think that requires you guys to be a lot more social, because I have the Queen of Wands is up in here too. I think you guys could be, interacting with an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. What I was trying to start doing here is, because for all the fixed signs, because Aquarius, you are in a fixed sign, I was going to try and start reading Kings for you guys, and then the Queens to be external. Because I feel like that's a better idea. But ultimately, though, if this is not someone else that you're interacting with, someone else that's a fire sign, then this is somebody this is you guys really trying to, work in your confidence, be the, get into the limelight. And, I know you guys, Aquarians, you like to kind of work behind the scenes and kind of do things that really help people that, don't have the face. But I think you had to be kind of in the limelight this year, or be more out there with yourself. And that's kind of stepping outside of your comfort zone. Or there is a certain level of stepping outside of your comfort zone in regards to being the Queen of Wands. It's a lot of complicated energy here. But ultimately, this is about your commitment, establishments, even business, okay? So for some of you guys, you had a lot of, business business, you know, kind of blooming here. But ultimately, I think this is about the commitments that you've interacted with, not just with work, but just with like friends, family, love. I think this is just a lot to do with like, you know, not maybe not romantic stuff, but definitely something to do with commitments. Now, for the first portion of your year, you have the Emperor. So, y'all, let me just stop you right here first. 1, 2, 3, 4. You guys have 5. You have 5 major arcanas. 5. I'll tell you right now, the whole year was something major. Because they're all major arcanas. So, the beginning of the year was talking about being stubborn. Being a fixed sign. You know, your way or the highway. But ultimately, I don't honestly think it was just like being stubborn. Because the Hierophant is in your underlying energy. And initially, I didn't like it. Now I'm remembering why I didn't like it. Because you had this here in the beginning, taking control. Okay, you're taking control, trying to be, you know, the you that you are, the Aquarius that you are, being, you know, trying to get your freedom. And I think that in a way, you could have hit a roadblock because there's just a lot of factors that came into play with this Emperor portion. Let me pull for this because this is kind of great. So, you guys could be interacting with a Capricorn, Taurus, or a Virgo. But this is weird. Maybe there was somebody that, like I'm saying Capricorn, obviously. I think there's a Capricorn here. Watch the Capricorn's reading. You know what I'm saying? Just throwing that out there. Just because we're already starting off. We're already starting off with the Queen of Pentacles. Also, when I was shuffling, you know, the clarified deck, because I just did Capricorn actually, the Devil came up. I was like, what? And then the page of Pentacles. So be mindful. Be mindful. Somebody, Capricorn. I'm telling a Capricorn. Capricorn's doing something. I don't know. But anyway, I think there was something that you had to do. There was some sort of control. Not control. I think you were dealing with the stubbornness of a Capricorn. Or you were dealing with a situation where it really wasn't you that was being stubborn. I think it could have been you initially this year, guys, that you're just kind of being stubborn, or just kind of your way to the highway in regards to this King of Pentacles person. There's the Devil. I think it had a lot to do with your integrity and the connection that you have with the Capricorn. The commitment is here. Obviously, there's a commitment here. And I think it had a lot to do with somebody that you felt that was very stable, that provided you that comfort and that stability. And now you're in, but it was by a Capricorn. The relationship was karmic. I don't really see how, I mean, this could be somebody you guys could be taking control of feeling trapped in a relationship with a Capricorn. I think you guys were trying to gain back your power, gain back your strength, your abilities to, you know, define your own future, make your own future. I think there was a feeling or a force put in, a fire put on you and into you guys, or there was a fire in you guys regardless, to express your freedom, to take control and be who you are. But because of the confinement of the Devil and the Hierophant, because the commitment, something conforming, is suffocating. So suffocating for y'all. So I think this connection was something that you guys have it's karmic. You guys, I think there was something there, and it was really I think there was a bit of a struggle here. There was a big struggle in trying to really kind of put your foot down and say, look, I'm not dealing. Okay? And I think, honestly, you were trying to take control of the situation involving your stability and, you know, your comfort level, honestly. And I mean, when I mean comfort level, I don't mean like, okay, 2 of Wands. I get that. I've pretty much already said that already. Pretty much, like, I think the Queen of Pentacles is somebody that was difficult. Obviously, Queen of Pentacles, they can be a very difficult energy. They're very nurturing and they're very sweet, but they have a tendency to be stubborn as well. I think they were dealing with a lot of power struggle. There was a power struggle. Where was your power? And I think you couldn't find it at a period of time. You were looking for it. It was, you think the two things that he was looking at, this person here, was figuring out where his passions were. His passions were in a connection, a karmic connection. And I think you recognize that the power that you have is within a karmic relationship with a Capricorn. And that's how you're able to move and do things so freely and do something so wonderful. I think you were using a connection that with somebody that maybe was toxic, or maybe it wasn't. I don't really know. I know it's something that really required that helped you, and I think you realized that it made you stronger. But there was a period here in this year, judgment. Okay, judgment. And I think there was a period where you are noticing that your power is coming from that and wasn't pure from you. And I think that's what got judgment here. I think, okay. And I think, honestly, let me just pull for the judgment card because I don't want to say something stupid. Strength. What kinds of major arcanas over here? Okay, what the hell? We're gonna understand this stuff. I think I'm kind of getting the gist of it. There's some kind of control here. You needed control. You needed power. You need to see your control, your power, and you had a lot of power and energy within a relationship or within some sort of connection that you had, but it wasn't purely yours. Okay, it's not purely yours. Some of it is yours, I think, but the other half of it is with the Queen of Pentacles. This could be male or female, y'all. This does not have to be. I'm so into this, so. Just remember, I'm going to say this right now. Kings and queens, they are not sexually oriented. They're not, they're not geared towards any sex. Okay? All right, so I'm really going to get into this now. Okay. Whew. Yeah, I think you guys were, I don't want to say siphoning energy, but it kind of is what it's kind of looking like. There was some energy in regards to this relationship or this commitment that you had or have. And you were recognizing your strength that you were deriving from it, and I think you were recognizing the control. And I think honestly, in the beginning of the year, you were trying to understand why you had so much energy sometimes and why you didn't. Because in the middle, you had judgment. There was a phase in your life where you had to kind of honestly succumb to pretty much understand that. Where you are no longer the person that started out this in the beginning of the year. I think the beginning of the year you've already transformed, and I think it was just you accepting that transformation with judgment. Now that's why strength is here, because you are going through a struggle, a power struggle. Obviously, this is a power struggle, but obviously this looks like it's a struggle, right? They have the woman here and the lion. The lion seems pretty chill, but there's two energy sources in this card. Two energy sources: calm, serene. Yin, then you have yang, the action, the person, not the person, but the pure energy. And she manipulates that, not in a bad way. She does it to calm this lion, because obviously the lion could hurt himself, hurt someone else. She's doing this for the greater good of everyone, but she's also keeping the lion from doing what it knows best, doing what it does as an animal. By taming it, by keeping it still. I think there was a necessary balance here. This is about who you were, and I think why these two needed to be. I think there was a yin and yang connection, y'all. And I think that is what's caused your transformation, because you are understanding that. Because look at the infinity symbol. It keeps going and going, right? It flows within itself. It flows. Just like how these two flow. There's the things that they keep each other from doing, but they also help each other at the same time. I think there's an acceptance here that needed to happen. There's an acceptance and an understanding, ultimately, when the strength card comes up. Acceptance and understanding. So when judgment comes up here, I think what was going on with the power thing, understanding, getting in control of yourself and recognizing that your power is actually being shared, possibly, with a King of Pentacles and trying to figure out what the hell is going on sometimes. I think it's because, back to judgment in the middle of the month, you're having to understand and accept that who you were was gone a long time ago. And that you had to, honestly, you had to completely transform. Completely, because you're recognizing the transformation. At the beginning, you didn't recognize it. Right now, in that moment, you recognize the transformation. I think this was after Leo North Node and the eclipse, okay? I've been saying it in all of them. Because, again, this is the Leo card. But I feel like with Judgment, there was just something that clicked. Something that finally clicked. And you noticed that, hey, this is not who I am anymore. And I cannot go back. And you have to make a move. You have to move forward. You have to accept the yin and yang cycle. And I think with you accepting the yin and yang cycle, you're now in a, you got to a point where you are balancing things, keeping things moderated. You're keeping the balance right now, but you're also, you understand and you accept divine timing for what it is. You're just waiting. You're not holding out, but I think you're waiting on something. And I think you've fully accepted it, so you've gotten that balance. Or you're getting, you had to understand that whatever you transformed in you in the middle of this year is what's caused you to understand and accept that there's a balance to things. There's a need to give and there's the need to take, but there's also something that it's going to happen outside of your control. I think in the beginning, that's why the beginning of this year was the Emperor, because a lot of this you wanted to control on your own. Aquarius, even though you're very free energy, you're very free signs, you're still a fixed sign. You still want control. You still control things. There is a bit of you that doesn't completely fully just be free. There is something that still conforms because you're a fixed sign. And then because your ancient ruler is Saturn, you have Uranus that's all, unexpected, this, what, blah, blah, blah. That's the freedom of doing anything at any time. But you still have the knowledge of Saturn to do that. So you have, especially, like I said, you being a fixed sign, like you can't, not saying that you can't, but you still have a bit of a ball that you guys can kind of get into. And that's perfect in a way, because you have the understanding of the freedom, the necessity of having your own space and having your, the ability to expand, but then you also understand the box. So I think that's what it kind of came down to. I think it was fully understanding what this means in a very energetic level and possibly even a relationship and committed level. Why is a Temperance in the Queen of Wands? I think with going through this Judgment, you came out on top. That's why the Queen of Wands was underneath there as well. Let me check. Yeah, she was. Okay. Yeah. I think, there was holding stuff back in the past. There was conformity. I think there's a certain box that you're in now. Not to suffocate y'all or anything, but your energy is, I don't know if it's your own, but I think that what you have to understand is that things happen in a way that just kind of happens. And Saturn is crazy. For some of you guys, there could be a connection with somebody that, like I said, is a Capricorn. I'm just stressing the crap out of Capricorn. It could be a Taurus too. It could be a Virgo, but I really don't think it's any of those things. It can even be a Leo, because you have two Leo cards in here. But that's me. Like, you got 2 Aries cards in here, Scorpio, and all kinds of people. But like I'm saying, I don't know. Now, anyway, just strictly Cap, because of the Queens being cardinal signs, and then Queen again with Queen of Wands and Aries. But all of this is talking about taking action, where your action is, or how you can take the action. And when you came to a point now, or at the towards the end of this year, like as far as the wrapping up the lessons, is that your energy is yours. You are able to control your energy, but I don't know if if it's completely it had something to do with the connection. I think your freedom was restricted because there was a lack of acceptance of a connection. This whole year was showing you the strength that you had within the connection, rather than the weakness that you had, that you saw because you felt conformed and stuck and unable to express. So that's why you're able to be the Queen of Wands. You can be who you are. You can be all these things. You can have your energy, but also you can keep the balance. You can understand that there's times where things happen. There's divine timing. There's a complete new understanding that's wrapped up here, because you're no longer the person that you were starting out. Someone that was struggling for power. You understand the power and you accept the power. Knight of Pentacles. Somebody that is a Virgo, or someone that is very, I think you're moving very slowly and you're being very cautious, because what you're working towards or what you're aiming towards is something that is very, very long term. I don't know, I don't want to say long term, but very grounding. That's the word I'm looking for. Oh, Temperance is taking some too, apparently, because this came up so many times for y'all. But this time, it's different. There's an understanding here. That's what I'm seeing. Because the Hierophant, it don't conform you just to conform you. There's an understanding of why there's conformity. That there's boundaries. Why there is a box. Now, entering December, y'all have the Ace of Swords. So, this is talking about coming in with clarity, okay? Victory through the truth, victory through all that stuff. I think this whole year you are able to enjoy your life a little bit more and see things from a totally different perspective, or you're beginning something from a totally different perspective, y'all. Okay, and as one that's going to, I think it's going to lead you, it's gonna lead you to a totally different level. What's up with this? Ace of Swords, Ace of Swords, Ace of Swords. Wow. Wheel of Fortune. I like this. I like that a lot. So that's saying that, yeah, okay. That's beautiful, man. Explain this. Considering everything that you guys been through this year of completely understanding stuff and, you know, your power. Where does your power go? Where, you know, where... Because you guys, I think there's a lot of you guys that had to build your integrity and build your boundaries throughout this month, you know, throughout the year too, because everybody had to. But I think there was something understanding why relationships are important and what the relationship, whatever relationship you have, this commitment that you have with someone. And if it's not a commitment, then it's some sort of attachment that you have with someone that can really actually benefit you to the highest good, because it's true love. Love, you know, Leo, twice. True love. And that true love is what will stand the test of time. That's why Temperance is there. That's why the Knight of Pentacles is there. The Queen of Wands is there. Because they all represent, well, the Temperance and Pentacles, they stand the test of time. They test the time, alright, because they were slow as hell. But Temperance actually, it doesn't actually, they're not slow typically. They actually, it's varies. It doesn't really have a specific, you know, whatever. It's just kind of whenever it decides to do stuff. But the Queen of Wands has it in her heart that she knows that she can get whatever she wants. She knows that she has the power to do something. So now you guys have that understanding, that clarity, and the truth. You're coming into December knowing something that's so vital and so rich. And it's changing your future. It's changing your life. It's a change in the way the world is for you guys. Okay? So, excellent. Now, the second half of December is just going to be bliss, okay? It's going to be wonderful. It's going to have so much clarity to it. The Ace of Swords is going to pretty much bounce off that sun and just shine all over the place. There's clarity here. Potential happiness. For some of you guys, the radiance of your love really just kind of leaps. It just expands beyond bounds, man. Why? Nine of Swords. Let me see. Why the Nine of Swords? So the clarity comes true to why you can't, why there is something that's held back, why there's something that's not being expressed, something that's in regards to building something and building the foundation that you're looking for. You have that, but I think the reason why you have the Sun is because you completely understand what this is. You understand what the Four of Pentacles means for you. The conformity in regards to the Hierophant. And the sleepless nights. The stress. I think you're stressed about losing everything. I think that the clarity here at the end of the month is truly about having things and having things that you love. Losing those, and that's what's stressful. I think you guys could have stepped out of you guys could be stepping out of your comfort zone, doing something different. And the stress of the situation and kind of always having to be the logical thinker can take a toll. But ultimately you have that clarity. And eventually that will kind of help that. I mean, I think that's just kind of like a challenge to have to go through. But remember with the Nine of Swords is that when you're taking that step out of that comfort zone, because that's what the Four of Pentacles has to do in order to get something beautiful, something more than what he has to step out and do something different. And the way, and the only advice that I can give you right now is to be led by your love. Be led by your love, but also you don't have to worry so much. I understand that this can be stressful if you ever have to get to this part. Because if this is still the other half of December is a future reading in a way. So if you don't like how this is looking, you can change that. It's not, the cards are never set in stone. Nothing is ever set in stone. Remember that. Whatever reading you get, whatever future predictions you get, it is never set in stone because you have the power of free will to change your outcome. But if this does happen to go the way it goes, and you do feel like the Nine of Swords, there's not so much you have to worry about. Sometimes this anxiety can kind of come up and kind of cloud our judgment. So, end of December, December. You guys are going to come to some kind of sort of conclusion and understanding about going outside of your comfort zone. You know, I think some sort of connection or something that you're holding on to for so long is something that's stressful, and that's kind of something that you don't want to do. But you know something, that it's clarity there. There's something that's clearly seen. And I'm not sure what it is, but I think you guys will figure it out. It's a general reading. I suggest a personal reading for you guys, just because this is crazy. I can't honestly interpret this. It's too vague, and it's too specific for a general reading for everybody. How will this spill over into your new year? It's going to be a little difficult to kind of express this, but I'm just going to tell you the energies because, like I said, the sun is kind of what blurs everything. Despite how the sun is very clear energy and very straight up, it's not very clear, this reading. But how you guys are starting the first 4 months of the new year, how this is carrying over, I think you guys are going to feel fulfilled, okay? You guys are going to feel the love. The sun, the strength in this year is going to carry on into your manifestation. I think the focus for the first 4 months is how you guys feel and vibrating or radiating at the vibe of what you're trying to manifest. Very similar to Capricorns. Okay? But here, that's where it gets crazy. In the middle of the year, May through August, you guys have the Five of Cups. So, let me go ahead and pull a card for that one. Now, there's a fucking suit. Okay, what? Ah! I'm freaking out for you guys. So, there's gonna be a feeling of, possibly in the middle of next year, a feeling of loss, mourning of something. Possibly even the connection, or not connection, but the feeling of support. What you felt that you worked so hard for could be at jeopardy. And I think what you're having to shift your focus to, or you could be losing something in regards to the King of Pentacles. Something could, like the King of Pentacles could be your finances. Because I'm trying to read the kings as you guys and the queens as external, since you guys are fixed signs and fixed signs are read by the kings. But I feel like, since there's a suit here, there's something in regards to this relationship that you feel like you've lost emotionally. I think that there's something here, or there is something that's going to surprise you with this, actually. feeling like there's something gone, but there's actually a commitment there. Why? Because the King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles is in the beginning of the year, and he's showing up in the middle. The Queen of Pentacles is in the beginning of the year. Now you have the King of Pentacles. This is talking about a commitment here. It comes back to that. In the last card here, for the last bracket of the year, September to December, you have the Nine of Wands. You're exhausted, you're tired, you are probably feeling like you're ready to give up, but you're not going to. Now, I don't know why. We'll have to see as the year goes on and how, December plays out, but I feel like for some of you guys are really you guys are standing your ground. And you guys are on the defense. The Cups returning. Whoa. Okay, so the connection is there with this person in the future. This connection is there. The King of Pentacles. And you think that there is no support. You think that there's no reconnection. You think there's just always going to be the connection there. You think there's always going to be this, oh, I love him or I love her and I cannot be with them. That's why the Three of Cups is there. Is no reunion. This morning they are accepting or trying to accept or recognizing that there is going to be no reunion. But then the future has it at the end of the year there's the Three of Cups returning. You're exhausted. Why are you exhausted? Because of the Three of Cups. You're not ready to give up. Or maybe you're not ready to give up on what's lost. Totally returns. So how do you spill and then it comes back? I know this is a past energy. Exhausted, not ready to give up on the Three of Cups that you supposedly lost in the past, but you still have a connection. But nah, this is just too. I'm gonna go ahead and get through your oracle cards. Y'all have finances and career. Okay, financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. Okay, so I don't think this is necessarily financial. For some of you, like I said in the beginning, y'all could have had like a big break in regards to some work of yours. I think I said that for you guys. If I didn't, I think so, because of the Queen of Pentacles coming up. And then the Emperor and the Devil, like Saturn, Aries, money. It's like, something could have happened. And then the Two of Wands, yeah, I think something good could have happened. And then the Hierophant, industries, organizations, things like that. Definitely something could have been booming for you in the beginning of this year with business. But there was something underlying and deep with that. There's something deeper. There's something that was relationship oriented. That's why the Hierophant was there with the Devil. He, like, the Hierophant weds Hierophant and the High Priestess wed the lovers, and the lovers turn into the devil. So that's them there. Like, what is that? That's a relationship to me. But for some of you guys, the reason why maybe there is like some, I don't know, there's some issues here. I think there was just the physicality of it, the physical aspect of the relationship is missing. Because think about it, the finances and career, that's Pentacles energy. Pentacles energy is material. So I think ultimately your situation could have to do with money, or it could deal with the physicality of the physicality, the control, the constraints that money, as a symbol, has. So there could be some sort of those constraints. There's some sort of kind of something being held back. Financial issues, you're not addressing the situation at hand. I think there was something focusing on the wrong thing. And honestly, with Temperance coming up, this could be you guys in the Knight of Pentacles. This could be you guys really just focus on your finances right now. Being the Temperance card. Just kind of going with the flow and being in the energy. You have the Ace of Swords and the Wheel of Fortune in the beginning of December. So, like, that's just kind of leading on and going down the new journey of truth. And this is a cycle. It's happening again, but we'll stop this time. So you're gonna start the new year with a new perspective, a new way of thinking because of last year, because of the same something coming. This is a situation where you can really start fresh and kind of be like, hey, I got this now. makes the difference. And it says, love can help heal past hurts and provides a sense of security, self-worth, and importance. This love is deep with this within this reading. Love is deep with 2 Leo cards and you all are Aquarians. Like, whoa. But it's not about loving other people. It's about loving yourself. And this has a lot to do with yourself. This connection had a lot to do with your control. And it had a lot to do with your freedom. So your focus was inward. Why was that so? Because there had to be an understanding of the duality of things, I think, this year. You got a lot of even numbers. 9 of Wands and 9 of Cups as well. Like, but ultimately, I think love does matter. I think as long as you have passion in things that you're in, and you're understanding and accepting that probably this connection that you have with this person is what's going to fuel you, and you end up, you know, giving some of that back possibly, even because, you know, there's no way, there's such thing as a one-way street. I think that the love in your heart is going to manifest, and that's what's going to be the great kicker of this year. I think the 9 of Cups is wish fulfillment, right? Or the wish card, because right here in the present moment, this month, you're going to be in such a good place. You're going to be in a good place in yourself that you're end up manifesting anyway. Okay, so that love is there. And then you have here and now. So being in the moment, guys, for the wisdom of the oracle, that's 32, by the way. In being in the moment, guys, being in the moment. Okay. It's like the present, and I think that's why the Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune is there with the Ace of Swords. Everything is there for a reason. Temperance is there to let you, just to have you focus on the now, not focus on the future. Focus on the now. Okay. I think it's carry over. Alright, so I hope this made sense. I'm sorry I went on for so long. I try to make my videos shorter, but I ended up not doing that. I hope that all this stuff makes sense, okay? Because it's kind of crazy and really, really deep. And I hope that ultimately you guys are able to begin something wonderful next year, but ultimately begin something really exciting and something that can make you feel really good about yourselves and the energy that you have now within yourself, this new person that you've kind of been resurrected this year. And I hope you guys are able to get everything that you deserve. Okay, happiness, peace, stability, family, friends, all those great things. Okay, I'm gonna do a 12 card reading in the middle of this month, or sometime this month as well. It's been a little 12 months for next year. Alright, y'all. Love y'all. I will see you guys soon. Don't forget to, you know, stop by, say hi, and hang out with me in Aquarian Insight on Tuesday. Okay? Sorry, Saturday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. Alright, y'all. Bye. Take care. Love y'all.